Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving weekend. It is a beautiful weekend. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving day. And we sure did, and really have a lot to be thankful for. But I've got a 2-day weekend, I should say, today, Friday and Saturday, to work on the van. So hope to get some things done these next 2 days. And we're getting closer and closer to our maiden voyage in February. Hoping to take the van down to Florida Keys and hit a lot of the state parks on the way down and on the way back up for about a week and a half. So looking forward to that. Still have, I would say I'm probably about 80% done with the van. I have still to build out some of the kitchen cabinets and the counters, doing also the upper cabinets on both sides. Solar panels, the solar panels is not absolutely necessary for our trip, but it would be nice to have it installed. And I think that's pretty much it, but that cabinet's going to take up a lot of things. For instance, I got a sink that I got installed in the countertop cabinet. Got to make way for the stove and the refrigerator and some power things. And anyways, so it's gonna be, I might have to take a couple days vacation just to finish that up. So anyways, I'm gonna get started on a couple things. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna do in advance. I'm just gonna show you as we're going along, because sometimes I overpromise and can't get everything done that I want to get done. But I am going to get this done. So you can see up here that I've actually had to put some Eternabond tape because I actually cracked this reflector. And so I bought a new reflector. I actually had to, in previous video, just kind of put clear epoxy over the whole thing because there was cracks in the reflector and it was leaking. So I'm actually just going to clean this whole thing up and install a new one in there. And yeah, so we'll just get started on that today and go from there. All right, here we go. All right, guys, I got the new brake light installed. Looks good and it works. And now what I'm going to do is work on another backup camera. The backup camera that I currently have is located right here, and I don't know if you can see that right here, but the problem with that is that this truck box gets in the way, and I can't really judge distances and depth with that camera. So what I'm looking to do is actually install a backup camera right about here, and that'll give me some actually can see what my truck box is about to hit. That's been the big issue. So all right, here we go. Let's install that. Finally got the backup camera installed, and again I got the replacement backup brake light, and I'll show you what I see now with the backup camera. Before I could only really just see the truck box, but now I can see everything. It's kind of probably a little bit hazy to see it because I think the camera's in the sunlight. But now I can basically see everything behind the truck box. Alright guys, the next thing I want to work on is the power. As you can see here, I basically have power coming from 30 amp and also inverter. The problem I'm having right now is that in order to switch from the 30 amp to the inverter, I basically have to continue to unplug and replug. You can see I've got these are the plugs to the 30 amp right here, and then these are the plugs to the inverter. And so I have to continually plug and unplug, and that's just, it's not a good solution. So So what I got is these changeover switches that basically allow you to switch from one power source to the other. And I'm going to try to see if I can install these. That way I don't have to continually plug and unplug those wires. Alright guys, well, I'm going to call it an evening. I got these switches installed, and basically these are the switches that switch the power between inverter to 30 amp power. And since I've got 4 circuits coming off of my circuit breaker, they'll feed into here, and then I'll be able to switch the power. So I haven't wired it, though I realized I didn't have enough wire, and so I'm gonna have to go Home Depot and get some more wire. So I figured while I had a little bit of time today to actually do this, I know I'm gonna have to take it down and do the wiring and then put it back, but at least I got the template and the holes drilled and everything where I can get that in there quickly. So yeah, I think that's it for today. I'd like to go see the sunset, and the sun is going to set here real soon, so I'm going to go head out to the Palafox Pier, which has got beautiful sunsets. Anyways, alright, I'll be back at it tomorrow morning, and we'll talk to you later. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.